Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons in recovery. So before I started my recovery and when I was only thinking about it, I wrote a list of reasons why I would like to recover, and they're basically the pros. So the first thing on my list is not being cold all the time, because literally I'm freezing all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm inside or outside, I'm always cold, and like I have to take really hot showers to keep me warm. The second thing is not feeling dizzy and tired all the time, because I used to feel like very dizzy when I would get up from like sitting position, and I've noticed that I don't feel dizzy anymore. Like I feel normal, and that's like awesome, because I mean no one wants to feel tired and dizzy all the time. So the next thing is being able to move and exercise again, because I'm not allowed to do that right now, and I really liked moving and doing stuff, so I'm really looking forward to get back to it someday. So number 4 on my list is probably the most important one right now, and it's to get my period back, because I haven't had them in over a year, so it would be really important to get them back and get my hormones working again. So the next thing is not getting an osteoporosis as a teenager, because that's a very serious thing, and it basically means that your bone density decreases and it can cause your bones to break more easily, and it's not good, and it will like affect your whole life. Most people who have osteoporosis are like older people, and because that's natural that your bone density decreases when you grow older, but it's not normal at this stage of life. Then I have here not thinking about food all the time, because like when you are sick and you have an eating disorder, especially like a restrictive one, you are basically starving, and like that's why you are always thinking about food, because your body craves that food and your mind craves it, so that's why you're thinking about it. And like I want to have other thoughts too than just food, and I have noticed that I do not think so much about food right now. Like I think I am doing some progress in my recovery, which I'm very happy about. And this next point is also directly connected to food, and it's to be able to eat whenever and whatever I want, because that's what normal people do, like not being so obsessed about the amount of food that you're eating and that this something is unhealthy or something, because that's not what I want to be thinking about every time that I eat something. Next is to stop seeing my body and my weight as my worth, because that's definitely not the case. My body's not my worth. My body is just like a cover for everything that I have inside of me, and like there's so much more in me than my body. Like inside is what really matters. This sounds like so cliche right now, but like that's the truth. Like this body doesn't matter that much, and I hate it that like people with eating disorders think that their body is their worth, because that's not the case. Last point is not making my family and people close to me worried and sad all the time, because like eating disorders affect also the people near you and your loved ones, and I just don't want them to be so worried anymore. So that was my list of pros in recovery, and next we're gonna go to the cons. I also made this list before I started my recovery, and this was kind of the list that what I was afraid of and what I still am kind of. And the first thing is like the most obvious, and it's getting fat and overweight, and that's like not a realistic fear, because you're not gonna get fat and overweight. You just have to get to normal weight and healthy weight, and you don't have to go over that. You just have to like go to the minimum of healthy weight, and that's it. You're not gonna get fat or anything. That's the most obvious one, but it's also the most realistic one kind of, because everyone with like anorexia probably is afraid of that. So the second thing I have in here is feeling full and disgusting all the time. And that's true, that when you are eating a lot more food, like a lot more food, you will feel full, but it will get a lot easier. Like just after a few days you will just get used to it. I think, like, at least by now I'm used to eating a lot of food and I don't feel that full anymore. So this list has only 3 things in it. So the last one is that people will see my body changing and they will judge me, but I don't really think that this will happen because I don't think anyone like notices it really, or they just notices that, oh, I have so much more energy or something. And I don't think that no one would judge me that I'm gaining weight if they even notice that, because like it's not that big of a deal. And I do care a lot about other people's opinions, but I'm still hoping, and I feel like they won't notice and they won't really judge me, or at least your friends and like your true loved ones won't judge you, or they're not your real friends. So those were all of the cons, and as you noticed there was only 3 and there was a lot more pros. So recovery is absolutely worth it. And well, I don't know if I'm the right person to say this because I'm only at the very start of my recovery, but still I feel like it is worth it because I don't think anyone wants to be anorexic or have another eating disorder. And like when I have thought about it, I think that it's so selfish to be like starving yourself, because some people don't get the choice. Like some people are starving because they simply do not have food, and we are in that sense like privileged because we have the food and then we choose not to eat it. I think it's very selfish, and that's what I try to keep in my mind when like I want to stop. And also, like, I really recommend you to write your own list of pros and cons of recovery and to see that it's really worth it. And then when you want to quit, you can just go back to your list and remember yourself that this is why I'm doing this, this is where I want to get to, and it's really, really worth it. So that was everything for today, and if you like this video, remember to subscribe and like, and you can also leave a video request if you want me to do something specific, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!